We are on Niddah Perek Vav, Mishnah Vav. Sixth Mishnah, the sixth chapter of Masechet Niddah. We're continuing in the Mishnah, the series of Mishnah in chapter 6, the first 10 Mishnah, where it's if A, then B. But if B, not necessarily A. And you can see very short Mishnah. The Mishnah says, Kol shechayav b'peah. Peah is the corner. Remember, you have to leave. There's a Masechet called Peah. When the farmer he produces, he grows his produce. So he has to leave in the payah, he has to leave a corner of his field for the poor. So only certain types of produce does he have to leave for the poor. Okay, so if you're chayav in payah, if it's kind of produce that's chayav in payah, chayav in masot is also a kind that is chayav in masot in ties. All these different kind of ties, ma'aser rishon, ma'aser sheni. So, and we're going to see what the requirements, because that's basically all produce. But v'yesh chayav in ma'asrot, there are certain kinds of produce that are chayav in ma'asrot, and they're not obligated to be left as produce. Why? So the Bartuner explains. Gabe peyah tonight. We learned in the Mishnah about peyah that klal amru b'peyah. This is what we learned. The rabbi said there's a rule that we said about peyah. Kol shu ochel. What do you have to leave to be peyah? Food, meaning it's not like straw or whatever. V'nishmar, it's something that's guarded that you want to keep. V'gidulo min haaretz, it grows in the ground. Okay, so it's not eggs or whatever or meat. Umachniso lekiyum. And it's stored. You bring it in and you store it. And it has to be harvested ka'achat. It's harvested all at once. So, food that you store, grows in the ground, okay, you store, you can save it, okay, it doesn't rot right away, like, I guess, it's an interesting question. I was thinking like bananas, like you produce bananas and they go rotten. Nowadays we save everything, but it's a really interesting question, and now you'd have to, when the time comes for payah, you'll have to ask, what about modern refrigeration? Don't know. And you harvest it all at once. That's chayah b'payah. But v'ilu legabe maaser tzanan, vis-a-vis maaser, we learn it has to be ochel, food, right? Same thing. V'nishmar, and guarded, same thing. Gidulo min haaretz, and grows in the ground. But it doesn't have this machniso lekiyum v'kito ka'achad. It doesn't have to be something to save. So it doesn't say machniso lekiyum ulikitato ka'achat lo ketani. It doesn't say those. Doesn't teach us those two requirements. So therefore, if it's chayav b'peyah, it has 5 requirements. As chayav b'masot has 3. But if it's chayav b'masot, it doesn't have the other 2. So what's an example of something that's exempt? So vegetables that you don't save. Let's say they harvest tomatoes. They couldn't save tomatoes. They go rotten. So you harvest them and eat them right away. Or te'ina. Or figs, right? I mean, in Israel, Baruch Hashem, we live here. We have fig trees around, right where in my office. So they ripen at different times. Now we're pretty much at the end of the ripening cycle, but we're sitting outside, literally this week. It's the very end. I'm like looking at the tree. Awesome fig. I was hungry. Middle of nice snack in the middle of our meeting. So therefore, figs are chayavim b'masrot, but upturin b'nei payah, they're exempt from payah. We'll stop here, dedicate our learning to memory of my father, Rav Simcha ben Yitzchak Kalman. Make it a great day.